I was always told that the lion was the king of the jungle, but after this story, I'm not so sure.
Welcome to my take. Well, it's not my take, it's Miguel Crespo's take. Whatever. For inspiration to go.
Welcome to My Take, Pastor Crespo here. My take is, as I always say, your oasis of inspiration and hope in the desert of negativity and despair. I want to let you know right off there is an email. I want to get through this quick. mytakemc@gmail.com. mytakemc@gmail.com. And as always, I want to encourage you like, share, subscribe. If you want to share this with someone, don't hesitate. Copy and paste it on your local social media feed. Let people, drive people to the podcast. We're here to just give people something to maybe laugh about. More importantly than that, to focus on Bible wisdom. The Bible can be relevant to every facet of your life if you look for it. And I'm telling you, once you get to know this creator God, once you get to know the God who inspired the word, your life will never, ever be the same again. Now let's get into it. I have here a story, and it kind of challenged my understanding of the law of the jungle, so to speak. I was always told that the lion is the king of the jungle. I mean, that thing, those they're monstrous beasts, several hundred pounds, and their roar. The roar alone is enough to paralyze an animal or a person in their tracks because they're just so ferocious. But after this story, let me share this with you. And I also have a video that I'm gonna share with you that goes with this story. We are on different platforms. We're on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. Actually, I'm now dabbling a little bit in the YouTube universe, but this is not the main thing that I do for a living. This is just a kind of an extension of my love for God and wanting people to know who He is, and so we're working on that. But you want to be on Spotify if you want to see the video. I'll do my best to describe it, but on Spotify, this is where the podcast comes out in its video form originally. So let me get to the story. This comes out of the United Press. This story here, the title is this. It says hippos surround a lion stranded on a rock in a river. That's right. A male lion apparently wandered into the wrong territory, and he found himself stuck in the middle of a river, surrounded by a bunch of did I say hangry? I didn't know. That's me. No, angry. A bunch of angry hippos. Now I do have the video here. I'm gonna play it here. Let's see if it starts up. Here's a scene. I will describe it here. Lion and water typically doesn't mix well. Lions just aren't great swimmers and are often hesitant to enter bodies of water. Well, this there was a tour guide down in the Kruger National Park. He's taking some people out. He sees this scene. The hippos are kind of agitated. He goes and sees what's going on, and lo and behold, as he is looking with his binoculars or with his camera, I guess it was, he sees a lion sitting on this rock in the middle of this river. And there are a bunch of hippos there who are obviously not happy that the lion is there. Well, if you watch the video, you see that one hippo starts to get a little bit closer. The hippo starts to get a little bit closer, and finally decides to jump up on the rock and take a swipe at this lion. And the lion has no more recourse. He almost gets bitten. He jumps into the water and now is swimming for shore with all that he has. But the video is not over yet because there's another hippopotamus that comes up out of nowhere and jumps up at the lion as he's swimming by. And the lion is able to, let me just say that it was luck. Or if God looks out for lions, God was looking out for this lion because that hippo almost had the lion for lunch. So as the story goes, as they were looking at this, what they figured was this: that this was a young lion, and if you know anything about lions, they have their pride, they have their territory, they have their group of. When I say pride, I mean not like being proud. I mean they have their pride, meaning their group of lionesses and their whole kind of family there. But lions are territorial. This lion was probably going out trying to make his own way in life, find his own territory, while he ended up in the wrong territory and was almost eaten for it. All right. Uh, People who do this type of uh, guided tours down in that national park down there in South Africa, they find these type of scenes very interesting. You don't see them very often, but just watching that video, and if you don't know that the lion's going to be okay, that's pretty scary stuff. When you have a hippopotamus come at you, those things are no joke. Let me give you some hippo facts. I want to make sure that if you're going to be part of this family, the My Take family, I want you to be educated because it's important. Hippopotamuses. Here's some interesting facts. Hippopotamuses, hippopotami, hippopotamus. wh- uh, what's the plural for hippopotamus? Hippos? I'll just say hippos. That sounds good. All right. Um, whatever. Those things that we're talking about. They are comfortable on the water or on the land. They're actually hippopotamus. A hippopotamus is a very good swimmer. I don't know if you knew that. A hippopotamus can hold its breath for up to 5 minutes underwater. A hippo is an extremely strong animal. The bite strength of that hippo, if the hippo would have gotten a hold of that lion, he could have bitten the lion, snapped him in half. That's how much strength is in the jaws of the hippopotamus. What they can literally crush animals with their bite. And when they open their mouth, you see these two large tusks, I guess I'll call them. The fangs would be kind of, I don't think that that doesn't do the hippo justice. These are these giant tusks that they look like spears coming out of their mouth. Well, if they get a hold of you, you are in big trouble. A hippo, a hippo will live 40 years. Hippos weigh anywhere from 3,000, not 300, from 3,000 to 8,000 pounds. A hippo can grow as long as 15 feet. That's right. Oh, here's an interesting hippo fact. It's kind of gross, but it's nature. It is what it is. You know how dogs like to mark their territory? Yep. Well, hippos like to mark their territory too, but hippos do it a different way. Hippos I'm sorry. I just can't believe I'm going to tell you this. Oh, someone's going to fire me one of these days. It's hippos. Hippos mark their territory with their poop. I'm, I'm not making this up. Google it. Okay. And if you're interested in such a thing, I don't know. I have no interest in it. They do have videos where they show how hippos take their tail and as they're doing their business, they're flinging it. You know what? This belongs to me. I can't. Oh. Anyway, you need to know that about a hippo. Don't ever become the property of a hippo. Oh, this podcast just went south real fast. And that's. Do I have any? They love water. Hippos love water. Um, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move on. Okay, so let me get this. Let me. I thought that the lion was the king of the jungle, but in reality, if there's an animal that a lion won't mess with, it's the hippo. That's right. Um, for a variety of reasons, but lions will not mess with a hippo. A lion would be hard pressed to take on a hippo on the ground, but a lion would never win in a fight with a hippo in the water. It's just the cats aren't made for that, and hippos love the water. They can swim, they can hold their breath, and their bite strength is so incredibly strong. I mean, it's not even it would not even be close. And so I'm just sharing that with you in the form of education. But let me say this. Of course, this is the My Take podcast, right? Where's the Bible wisdom? How do we connect with something scriptural here? Well, all right. if you have been a part of this podcast any amount of time, you know that I've talked about this before. Lions are prominently mentioned in the Bible. I mean, literal lions. There are figurative, symbolic lions. Jesus is referred to as the lion of the tribe of Judah. A lion can also refer to Judah himself, his family. Did you know that also a lion can be used as a symbol for the devil? That's right. The devil is like a roaring lion looking about seeking who he can devour. So the lions are in the Bible. But I don't know if you know this, but did you know that hippos are in the Bible also? That's right. They're mentioned in at least two places. All right. I'll share with you, if you go to Job chapter 40, Job chapter 40, you're going to see mention of an animal here. And it mentions well, in the version that I have, it mentions, well, I'll read Job chapter 40, verse 15. It says, "Behold, behemoth, which I made as I made you. He eats grass like an ox." Now, that word behemoth, when you look up in the original language, that word means water ox. The Bible refers to the hippopotamus. And in chapter 40, it says things like, his strength and power is in his belly, his tail is stiff, the sinews of his thighs are knit together, his bones are like tubes of bronze, like limbs, like bars of iron. The hippopotamus has extremely dense bones. These things are strong, and they're comfortable, and you have to keep reading the description. But it's not something you hear talked about too often. Hippos are mentioned in the Bible. Now, where's the inspiration point? Okay, so what? There are animals in the Bible, lions in the Bible, there are hippos in the Bible. Okay. I want to talk a little bit about the symbolism in this news article, because the lion strayed out of his territory, and he found himself dealing with this hippo. Um, Lions are fierce. I mean, let me. I want to make sure I want to give the lion his due. Lions are fierce animals. Their roar, their strength, their quickness. Sorry, they are hunters. They're hunters. There's no joke with that. But compared to the hippo, there's no competition. And you know what? A hungry lion, and this is the point that I want to make. A hungry lion is no competition for a protective hippo. You see, that lion probably stopped and maybe he saw the baby hippos and went over there seeking what he could see. And then he encountered the mommy and daddy hippos. Now he's stuck on this rock, not knowing what to do. And when he was attacked, he was forced to flee. My friend, I believe that there's symbolism here. I believe that there's lessons that you can, like, if you were to see that video or hear this story, that you can draw some inspiration from this. That if in this story, let's say, just for the sake of discussion, that the lion is a symbol for the devil. The lion is a symbol for the devil. He's looking for something or someone to eat, to devour, to destroy. But those people who were part of the hippo family, who are protected by the hippos, were not in danger. You see, if the lion is a symbol for the devil, who might we want to make the hippo a symbol of? You put your theologian hat on. If the lion is a symbol for the devil and the hippo is standing up to the lion, chasing it away, the hippo can be a symbol for Jesus. That's right. And you might be thinking, well, where are you pulling this out? That's crazy. I've never heard a hippopotamus be used as a symbol for Jesus. Well, I want to take you back to Job chapter 40. And I have that verse on the screen. Let me bring that up here. Job chapter 40, verse 19. As it's talking about the behemoth, the water ox, it says this: He is the first of the works of God. What does that mean? It doesn't mean order of creation. It doesn't mean the hippo was not the first thing that was created. And so we take the literal and look symbolically. It's not saying that. It's talking about order of importance, order of priority. The hippo, because of its strength, no one can stand up to this hippo. It's an incredible animal, incredibly strong. It looks after its young. It's comfortable in any situation. He is the first, the most important, the priority, the archstone of the works of God. When the devil comes knocking, Jesus answers. No, I'm not being sacrilegious. I'm not referring to Jesus as a hippo in terms of being derogatory. I'm using a Bible example to let you know that if the devil is a lion, then the Lord is a hippo. And the lion does not stand a chance against the hippo. Now, where do you and I fit in? Well, you know, you need to be a part of the hippo's family. Oh my goodness. I didn't even have that in my notes. I'm not going to go there. But you need you need to be a part of the hippo's family. Are you a part of the hippo's family? I encourage you to be, no matter what it costs, no matter what you have to go through. It's worth it. That's my unexpected take. And that's inspiration to go.